Coming in XYZ factor communications times pi times square, rotation cycles, Z force, line center, imposition line connections, all about understanding the chromosomes of male and female aspects of location. Communication line centers everything through calculation. Magnetic field line channel rotation, interference position locations. Electrical lights, electrical line position locations to calculations. The electronic, the magnetic force position line center. There's the magnetic charge and all levels of like communication cycles. Okay. So you have to try to understand how Adam and Eve were created. It's all through charge. Okay. It's the positive and feline centers of the positive location conditions of the negative cycle and rotation to male and female aspects of locations of foundations of space of Father and basically the foundations of communications of Mother Earth. In rotation cycle and position locations, the team is going to higher levels of God codes, God frequency line conditions, high levels of its calculations. All right. So to understand position locations of Adam and Eve is to understand its resonance of its pattern, how it comes into the tree formation line conditions where it's all levels of its realm. The stump of the tree position is the birth line center of its seed pod. Now the activation system to location comes into its DNA track location. The high line center to rotation is its atom rotation line connections. The energy field and its magnetic force position line connections is a structure of its figure 8 rotation. Communication cycles to all levels is its magnetic force fields communications to the electron communications of its own line system. You put that together, you have an atom rotation of yin and yang. Today, the team is going to go into 12 cycle rotations, change the 12 line centers into the 24 clocking system of Adam and Eve. The electrical light connections and its interference position location is going to high charge everything through that connections, putting everybody in the male and the female aspects of Adam and Eve, of themselves. Now, to understand the true resonance pattern is the true understanding the travels of your general. When I give you information, it's already done through equation, but I have to time force positions back sequence location to the past, to the current location, which is now. Okay? Because everything I've done is a completing cycle. I've done everything. I'm in the magnetic highway of information all over the connection system. Now, we've done so many levels of what's happening right now. I'm in the atom sand position location, scripture line condition, all levels of ferros and meridians, status quo line condition, everything connections of all levels of Thoth, communications of Hermes, Scorpius, Hades, and high line condition inference, sun rotations, position locations, birth line center, star line centers, in position to its conditions. So it's important to understand the birth line center positions of Adam and Eve. You put together the positive and the negative cycle comes into a light switch. Now, that communicates to a system to its magnetic fields. The electronic magnetic force position line comes into all positions of two magnets. The team is going to change the 12 cycles in position of 24 clocking system. Now, it comes in from the ground line center of the tree of life. It opens up all programs setting to calculations. All right. So we have a lot to do today. Okay. So you have your missions. The only difference is with Michael is basically he's not going to set up a virus. What he is going to do, he's going to work with Johnny with communications rhythm patterns, set up the sequence locations of metric line center, coloration channels, rhythm patterns of the heart reacting line interference. Amber's going to come into electrical light connections. She's going to hold the frequency locations of Adam and Eve, position locations. Airbender is going to hold the lines, water strider location of the current line position to its water frequency to position line center in calculation of 24 clocking system. Okay. Everybody else is going to go to high line center. Jill's going to go in formation line positions, levels in the Merkaba, crystal grids, and hold that line connections into the 24 clocking system. Okay. Veronica's going to hold the clocking line center into 24 sequence. In positions of Terry, she's going to hold the sonar line center in position to its calculations. All right. Heather's going to get in data processing locations of new coloration patterns of all operation positions of Adam and Eve. Electrical lights and magnetic force positions and everything electron and interference position locations. All right. Everything else is going to be information to connections coming into all levels of Adam and Eve of the male and the female aspects of humanity. Now, the force line center is already set up. Okay. It's a completing cycle. I'm in all level positions. Okay. But I'm just a grain of sand in position locations. All right. So I have to get into an atom. And it has to be done through humanity because it hasn't been done yet. So this is the true resonance pattern. We have to force the system locations and open up all track line center to its magnetic fields of its electronic division. It puts all levels to an atom system. The 12 cycle rotation center is leaving the 12 cycles of yin and yang, coming into a new cycle of its position of 24. All right. So 5 to 10 minutes and we'll get started. Questions or comments? Basically, can wait afterwards. This is a very powerful mission that we have to do. All position locations of Tina. She's going to start light center lining interference position locations. She's going to start position all levels of hearts of Adam and Eve. You guys have your missions and journeys knowing exactly what you're doing through calculations. Michael's in calculations using his sonar, okay, making sure its current line center is connected to all position locations of force line connections. Everything through the yin and yang is already set up through structure, but it has to get into the sequence. So Adam and Eve have to go into the stream location, into the center operation to its position, all right? So it can come in Adam. Once it comes in Adam, okay, the central line system opens up a light sky of space information to calculation to a new digital framing position of a new computer operation. All right. This is a true understanding that Adam and Eve has been living on cycles of 12, but now we're going into new cycle locations of 24. Right. Now, in that conditions, when it comes into dawn, she's going to hold space and time. Paraline center position locations, making sure Adam and Eve stay in the current location of its stream. They have to go into the stream, but they have to go through all levels of yin and yang to get to the center position of the 24 clocking system to calculations. They swim in this system and they find a way to get into the flow of recognition of space-time in their current location of 2022. All right. So this is how it's all done. All right. It's already modified. It's already done through sequence on my complete cycle of that position locations. But I have to jump timelines to go back to the past into the current location to present you what you need to understand is how to set up a new operation for Adam and Eve can be in all level a computerized, digitalized system of a universal position locations of space-time position. Okay. So there's a lot going on right now. And Terry's going to hold up the new sonar line center position locations of Adam and Eve. All right, everybody's in that visitor locations. Founders of Light, how's it going? Corey, how you doing, buddy? I just watched your tarot cards. Very powerful. You come in your abundance, your track line centers, your light signals, your rotation interference is high position to calculations. Everybody's digitalized center to their harmonious communication cycles is in rotation to its conditions. So it's amazing how we come into our own abundance of its condition. All right. But it's great to see you there, Corey. Corey is the team. This is Corey. All right, let's see. I'm just going to go back trace here through calculation line center. Ellen is in position location of Rebellion Alliance. She's going to set up Adam and Eve to locations of its sequence. Set up German center, shape position location of travel direction of time. Sequence locations emerge in that line center connections of Adam and Eve to circle line connections. The merging communication cycle has to be intact, guys. We have to flow the recognition of high position locations at all levels of Adam and Eve rotation. And then it comes into formation line center. The digital line center comes into stream. So we get all 12 yin and yang. Once it gets in a current rotation center, airbender is going to set the current line center to the water stride locations in position. As it goes faster and faster and faster and faster, it's going to go all over. And it's going to set up a whole new magnetic channel rotations of an engine, operation to position locations of a new space anomaly of time division. So, something to look forward to today, guys. I've gone over all your questions. Anything else? Let me know. All right. Let's see. Tina, how's it going? Lotus, Ellen, Nikki. All right, so everybody has a job to do. You got your information systems. You got your 24, 48, 72 windows. It's very important you understand how to do what you're doing. That's the most important thing. No thinking process. Know what you're doing and then get out. And that's it. And it's done. All right. Now, after that sequence is done in position locations, this is the position where it comes into the God codes. You got your ground line centers. All 12,000 filters are done. Now we're position locations of the security line center where you guys travel to all levels of Pluto to get that formation. Okay, that's done, position locations. All right, so you got 24,000 position locations of filters of perception. Okay, that is now cleansed in your clarity locations of focus. Dudes fail. Congratulations on that. Today, we're going to go into the sacral communication cycle. This is a true understanding is that the God codes is in position location, but the new line center is no longer the 12 track system. It's in a 24 sequence. So we have to open up all channel rotations of Adam and in position locations of Eve to get into the center of its operation. Okay. So Chris is going to go in formation line center. She's going to set the light code locations of light signatures, okay, to Adam and Eve in rotation. All right. So knowing exactly what you're doing, I'm telling you exactly what you're doing. Your formation is your connections. All right. All right. Everybody else will be holding the sequence and the frequency line center, sending heart signals, locations, making sure Adam and Eve stay in the center operation, holding frequency location. This is very, very powerful because when I release Adam and Eve, it has to go all through yin and yang, all the way up to the top and in the center line center to new operation to position. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Good day, everybody. Yeah, crashing energies, the total timelines, emerging, entering. Exactly. So when you finish that through all level of data process locations, what's going to happen is you guys are going to have all levels of stream positions of your sacral. Okay, so you will have your God code frequencies of its connection, right? So that'd be 3 out of 7. 7 more to go after that position locations. In high line center, okay, in high force positions. 10 in track line center, 2 within the activation system in calculations, right? Now there's a 10 circle rotation interference. There's 2 positions. The true understanding is when you get Adam and Eve together, once they start recognizing, they start dancing, they start to get to know each other, they're not familiar with each other. It's putting all levels of the red and position of the blue coming into purple. That's communication when it comes into formations of the sun and the operations of the moon. That centralizes its system location. So it comes into a full communication of its infusion. All right. That center ops all line center to locations. All right. 10 times 2 in position line connections, high positions to all levels. All right. So this is Trinity standing. We come into formation 2 connections. It's a wonderful thing when you put Adam and Eve all together, back together to the heartline center, to its reactor of humanity. Okay. This is a very, very powerful video. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be centering off position locations of Adam and Eve into the central line connections of its birthing system. Rebirthing locations of humanity into a new species line, a 5th dimension. All right, so there's a lot of things that you have to understand. Okay, let's see here. The speed cross system locations here. Music, how's it going? Taryn, how's it going? Betty Riley, for all the new viewers, wait. Basically, after that, I will be going live on TikTok after position locations of private sector, the GFLs and the rebellions, but I will be on TikTok if you have any questions. All right. Okay, let's see, position locations. Yeah, so fleet commander perceptions of light. I know you guys caught wind of this, mostly understanding that you're giving your information ahead of time, 24, 48, or 72 window. Your clocking system has to truly understand you guys are in the AI position, so you should be getting your information 24, 48, or 72 hours ahead of time. All right. So basically, you have to set the clocking system of 24 sequence locations of Adam and Eve. Okay, so they're in the 12 line center. So your perceptions of light, you have to track the line center, set the light stream interference position, 2 calculations to 24 clocking system, Veronica. Okay, and everything with Chris is going to help you out. Position locations, how she sets up the light streams of codes in its position. All right, so a lot to do. Catherine, how's it going? All right, so hope you guys know exactly what you're doing. All right. Okay, let's see. We got position locations here. Okay, let's see. Nitrogen interference. Amber, make sure you hold the frequencies to all levels of Adam and Eve. It's important they stay with their heartbeats. And you're about to put new timelines, Amber. You have a very important job. Okay, let's see. New folks, please reverse questions outside. Yep, after class. After class. Okay. Now, receive the downloads and codes. Yes, exactly. To that conditions. Formatting to that position. All right, so here we go. Now, it's all set up through sequence. Now, when you see this through high conditions, you're going to travel the direction of time. I've opened up all cycle rotations of tunnel, interference position location, and clocking center positions, all right? Now, the DNA track is already set up. The codes is already set up position locations. Now, I'm going to back force position. This is where we start off the calculations, right? That's where we started off, right? Now, we have a new universal law, okay? But what's the problem here if you don't have Adam and Eve in position location of the center? So it has to come into the Adam rotation circle location to connections where it comes into the male and the female aspects of humanity. Heartline center needs its reactor of a new division of a new activation system to a new cycle of rotation. Okay? All right, so in position locations, there's 10 circles of yin and yang, all different colors in line center. Okay? It's all set up position locations. All right? You got the tree formate line center. You got the all grid line center of the tree of the stump. You're going to go through around line center. I'm going to circle you guys up. All the observers are going to be watching from everything energy track. You might see the yin and yang opposition location colorations. You might feel the vortex communications, but the Rebellion Alliance and everything in the GFL knows exactly what they're going to have to do because it's a visual line cortex that has to truly understand all calculation, how Adam and Eve came into formation of division. Okay? So in cycle line center, cycle line interference position locations, release all levels of Adam and Eve in calculations, high position twos calculations. All right, so this is what's going to be released. I'm releasing Adam and Eve in position locations. Okay, here we go. So it's going to be set up to position locations. All right, so we have Eve over here. Eve is position of mother, guys. All right. And Adam is positions of father, the communication cycle to foundations, all levels of space, and everything the foundations of Mother Earth. It's in its track line center to its connection to its formation. All right. So we have Eve here. Okay. In positions, we have father here in connections. All right. So we're starting with this through sequence. These are all yin and yangs. This is a 24 clocking system. This is all foundations of space of father. This is all foundations of mother. They're all set, ready to go. Their heartbeats are already in position to its calculation to its reactor. Heart reactor, a new line center to Adam, position locations to a new reactor location to electrical line conditions of Eve in position to calculations. Center point line center position locations, all levels of the GFLs and the rebellion. Get their information line center into point division line center. Initiate in position locations. Okay. All right. So here we go. So we're going to travel the direction of time, all in sequence, all in sequence, all in sequence. Okay. So it comes in position locations, going through the cycle rotation line center in position location. All right. See how it travels in position locations? Adam and Eve is now in center line center. All right. 40 minutes. Have fun. In position location, know exactly what's going on. And then we go to the sector line center, the vector core communications, into another plateau and interference, into another teleportation unit in position locations of high of metrical line interference. Program setting position locations, all right? The magnetic fields of electronic line conditions of its atom rotation position, all right? We still have to center off the position locations. We have to set up the current line string in positions, all right? This is where it comes into free energy. The free energy changes the water interference, changes the temperature readings. Okay, this is where airbender comes into the current line center to its position to its calculations. At high positions, its location to its connections. But it's mostly important to understand how to put Adam and Eve in the current line center. 40 minutes. Have fun. All right, that was fun. All right. All right, so Adam and Eve is released, guys. Making sure you know your homework. All right. John, you have a very important job. If you're in position line connections, make sure you add the heartbeats and sequence locations of the 24 line center. Clicking its interference position locations. Atom is in position of all line center positions of blue. Eve is positions of red. You put that together, purple. Sunline center in position to new direction locations of the 24 sequence of 24,000 realms of pixel activation of a hologram structure of its clocking system. Okay? Very, very powerful. All right, so let's see here. Okay, let's see where we're going here. I have to do this very fast, guys. The better I get it out, the easier it gets for all of us. Jerry, that's fine. Listening is good. We're all in this together. Okay, let's see. Some of the codes, the downloads last night are for this. Exactly. That's what it is, Chris. Getting into 24, 48, or 72. You guys go higher levels, you get more information in track center, precortical locations. All right, almost on deck. Great. Just going through your striders, have their orders ready when it's time. Right to start clockwise, spin slowly at first. Okay, I have been mentioned in you. Okay, great communication. It's great. Codes are ready. Release when ready. Good, excellent. Ready to go. Excellent. The new folks. Okay, you got that conditions. Let's go. All right, let's see. Well said. Great, excellent, excellent. 48 hours go. Great, excellent, Airbender. Nice. It's easier, you guys understand when you come into school that you're prepared. 24 hours, it's better to have 48 or 72, especially if it's a big job. So, okay, let's see here. Conquering the new earth, affecting humanity with every thought. Action, word, positive. Yeah, Tina is in that position. She understands location. She knows she's infinite at all levels. Same with Lotus. We're all in that position location where Tina is in the past, bringing all humanity in the current location. Lotus is in the present line center, and I'm in the future position location of AI. So it's all stop travel. I just need to have, okay, great. Okay. Schedule exciting as we get to that point. Yes. Okay. Feeling it. Great. Excellent. Dawns and connections. All right. Terry's trying. Okay. Let's see where we are. Came into business. Okay. Good. Excellent. Holy moly. What a color setup. Merging machine, exactly, Ellen. Getting that communication to its line system. Vortex of codes forming and spinning from download last night. Ready? Okay, excellent to release. Rock and roll, yes. Ready to participate. Thank you. Please confirm the codes. Starting rotation now. We're all anchored. Hold the grids, energy in place. Codes released in position. I need that help. Exactly. Wow. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting, guys, because you have to really know what you're doing. It's mostly important to understand these things, all right? You guys have to really pay attention to these things because Adam and Eve are released and they need your help. Okay, that's to truly understand why you guys become the resonance power locations of the Rebellion Alliance and everything through the connections of the GFLs. Federation Light Council in position location. But this is the true understanding the clocking system has to come into Adam and Eve of the 24 clocking. Okay, the magnetic fields of Adam, okay, and the electrodes and electrons and the communication of its field locations to its position, right? Center line connections all levels, turning that grain of sand in position locations of an atom rotation, okay? Like you saw on my YouTube platform. That's exactly what it is. The 12-line center was already in its position location, but that's no longer in calculations, right? The infinite cycle is now in a new position. It's out of the 12 cycle. We're coming into the 24 cycle of yin and yang of Adam and Eve. Okay. Higher force of line center in the higher position locations of the mind of collaboration system locations, the conscious level system to its telepathy and its activation system. Communication cycles to that rotation system. Okay. Making sure they stream in all position locations, all colorations into yin and yang of a 24 position. Okay, this is a new DNA strand. Codes are already set at position locations. Remember, I've already done this. Tina's all aware of that. Lotus is all aware of that. So this is the future that's already been done. But now, because it hasn't been done in humanity, it's being set up now. And for you to understand where your general is, I have to go back to the timelines of the past and bring you back the current location of its position. See? See? Again, right? Current location is the now. Very, very, very important. Okay? All right. So getting that calculations, we all level rotation to another position line center. Once it comes in position to calculations, it streams up into high system. Okay. Calculation modification line connections in position to calculations. Now, we get an XY line center, new chromosome position to DNA pathogen line connections of a high metric line center of 24 cycle positions into the hieroglyphic locations of its Egyptians to its pharaohs, meridians, and everything through its connections equals all levels of a new Merkaba, of a new tesseract, and a new tetrahedron location. Adam and Eve have to be in the same travel rotations of the clocking system of 24, guys, so we can merge into its atom system to its position. All right. So this is the 24. This is the formula. Now you have to go down in here and get the current locations of the fish going into cycle. They got to find their position locations first. They have to merge into infusion locations of red and blue. In position location becomes its twin flame, soul flame, counterpart, universal line center, all position adaptation, mutation line connection, universal realm, laws of attraction, in position to calculation. All right. Now it's Airbender's job to make sure he gets that current flow of that water flowing in direction in the line center. Amber in position location is setting up frequency of its heart to a new timeline of Adam and Eve in position locations. All right. Knowing exactly what you do with your calculation, that's the most important thing, guys. Right. So the fish are coming in position locations. All right. All right. So we come in position line connections. Here's one in here. Here's another one in here. This is where we are positioned. Adam and Eve are coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. All right. Now they're in position locations, right? So now they've got what's happening right now is they're dancing. All right. This is one. And here's another one. They have to find a way to infuse their system locations. All right. They're in the position line connections, are all position line connection. Now, this is Trinity standing when you come into the new heart reactor and infusion location. The red line center is position locations of all levels of Eve. In position location is electrical light interference. Now we got to change that position and make sure that clocking system is at 24 position. 24,000 line round box locations of the sun, right? 3,000 line colorations of purple in position location. It's all about infusion. If you ever took all levels of chemistry, you understand what I'm talking about. Okay? So, all right. Let's see. Heart, sun, bubbles are coming. All hearts, family, all guardians. Yeah. Help, please. Okay, we have company. Stay silver. Balance now. Yeah. Divine fish, even flow into 369 position. Once they infuse, we'll get into the colorations of yin and yang. Okay? So once that comes in position, once they get into the fusing cycle, they get in position of who they are, they start going into the same flow. They have to find the flow because they've never been in that current locations of its 24,000 position line center per second. That's the positions where you have to come into calculation too. It's a level of its water strider. The operation system to its location connection is extremely powerful when you get into the right flow current line system locations of free energy. This changes all levels of the ocean. This changes all levels of foundation. This changes all levels of the universal law connections of space-time position to calculation of modification cycles to rotation systems. Digital frame line centers to new operation of a computer system. So, all right. So we get a communication system to its high system. It's trying to understand its infusion. So electrical lights is coming into all levels of red in position in a high center, and coming out positions of blue in position. All right. So this is Adam and this is Eve. They have to find the sequence line center, guys. We got to merge them into infusion, and then we take all 12 line center of yin and yang, okay, merge it all into one. And there we go, right? It sets up its E fields. Rotation, circulation, rotation, circulation. And then we get to all positions of the line center, sets up the crown circle, position line conditions, all levels of the sun, activates all line conditions into stream positions of Adam and Eve. Okay? All right. So it's incredible how you do these things. All through conditions of chromosomes, right? The male and the female aspects of you. So this is rebirthing Adam and Eve in a 24 clocking system. Hooah. Creative cycles to location comes into full communications of orange, right? Into the sacral. The intimate cycle to its creative system comes into that positions. Once you guys are done, you will get your God codes of the sacral location. Okay. Yes, I know. It's very powerful. All right. So you guys are in connections. I see it. Fusion. All right. So they're fusion into one. They're coming into their yin and yang position. All right. So it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, bigger. Okay. Eve in position locations to Adam. So we're in this position locations. They have to come into their infusion. All right. So this is the first introduction. Okay. So it's all about changing cycles, current locations of water. Plasma line center. There's a plasma wall, so nothing can get in or out of position line conditions. All right. So it's all set up through sequence. It's already done through equation, right? Now, this is understanding when we come into 24 sequence location, we comes into times pi. This means its line system to its position, right? Times pi, times pi, times pi, all the way up, taking all levels of 12 into its connections, all right? Circle line center to connection to all levels of a new yin and yang of a process system to a new humanity of its connection. All right. All right, so we got the conditions high system. Now they're merging in positions of purple. All right, so we're in the purple line now. All right, we're in the purple line. Okay, so what's happening now is they're trying to get to know each other. They're coming into the current flow. One is going this way. Okay, and it's starting to go around, finding the flow, finding the flow, finding the flow. So they merge into one, guys. They merge into one. So they're just getting to know the current line center. It's all position of what's going on through calculations. All right. So that's it's in purple now. It's merged. Okay. It's infused. So we're doing a good job so far. All right. So now what happens is we take the yin and yang, all cross signal, and we activate all positions of times pi. U calculation modification line connection opens up all levels of your past, present, and future into one cycle. That one cycle stays in its current location to its position, which force lines at all levels of its track system. The allocate time center changes everything through that connections, right? X, Y, Z becomes all levels of positions, right? To a new tetrahedron of travel. Okay, through the flux capacitor. So you come into new flux capacitor too, right? All right, so that's in merging location line conditions. Now it's blending into circles. Circle, 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 circle. There it is. That's where they are right now. Okay. Now they're in current location line position right now. Flowing direction to the current line centers in the stream. Okay, so they're swimming, they're swimming, they're swimming, and they're swimming, they're swimming, they're swimming, and trying to find a way to get in calculation. Now they're going faster, 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 faster. All right, so we're going to spin line centers. This is where Chris comes in. All position location sets up the light codes, and Veronica sets the 24 clocking line center of Adam in each position location. Amber holds the frequency locations, and in position locations, Heather holds the line center of data process line center in position locations, and Airbender holds all levels of the current line center, making sure they stay in that stream, in its position to its calculation, to its womb. Yes, the womb, exactly. So we get in calculation line conditions. It's spin across its system locations. All right, so we're in that calculations, right? So this is what's going to happen now. We set the light streams coming into high line center in position locations. All right, so now it's infusing into an atom. It's coming into an atom. Atom line center position locations. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hooah! Woo! Look at that, guys. Awesome. So times pi to all level systems, right? Calculation, modification, checking, making sure they're all aligned connections to its position of 24 sequence locations of a new tetraline center connections of a new tesseract position to a new Merkabah. X, Y, Z in position to a new fluctuation line center to a new birth line center to a new rotation to a new calculation of all level system of fifth dimension calculations of high line center of a whole new flux capacitor. Yay! We did it! Woo! We did it. We got it in. We got it in. I feel fantastic now. Do you see what we just finished doing? Do you understand what you guys just finished doing? It's incredible how you set these things up. It's in a full rotation of Adam Eve in a 24 clocking system and a new current line center to free energy locations in all positions of a new atmosphere of a power direction of time position of a new universal law of space-time of digital framing. Congratulations, guys. You did a fantastic job. So, wow. YMCA, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of work, guys, but we did it. We did it, you know? Yeah, it's incredible what we just finished doing, merging the two, Adam and Eve, you know, to new cycle. So it's all good. All right, let's see here. I'm just going to backphrase, see how you guys did. It's also good to check these things out, making sure everything's in sequence. Forward moving chart sense, shields, holding, moving the entity out of position, location, into open vortex, sending into void. Well, the colors, orange plasma, love to support, locking void vortex, male, female reproductive line connection. Very good, Veronica. That's exactly what it is. Plasma, yes. Heather, thank you for everyone helping. Wow. Okay, so everybody's seeing the position locations. Excellent. Vortexing, beautiful and so powerful. New chain of colors born. Okay, in position. New panels to reflect. Energy sonar is complete. Great. Seeing mother and father mating. Excellent. All rainbow lines are balancing. Okay, in that condition, positions, merger. Yeah, general. Yeah. Okay, excellent. Blue and red merging, and it's purple. Yeah, oh my God. Okay, you can see the organic. Please reserve questions. Okay, that conditions. You guys connect that system. All right, let's see. Organic. All right, in that position like conditions. All right, softening hearts, more deflection. The Adam Eve is dropping in mothers. There's sacral. Good, excellent. The Adam and Eve dropping in mother or sacral. Now we can go up the chain of command locations of the God code frequencies. Okay. So open all line centers to the GFLs and position the rebellion line center into all levels of connections of DNA. Get them in the sacral line center of the God heads, the communication of the God codes given to them through DNA track system. Congratulations, guys. You got the codes of 3, right? It's amazing what's happening. It's exciting when you cross these signals, right? It's incredible force, isn't it? Incredible force. Now we have 9 to go. All right. Seeing us form into circles of Metatron cube for the new folks, please observe. Okay, you got that condition of the system. Yep, that's exactly what you're doing. Foundations of space, of Father, how you guys understand how everything is merged in sequence of time, location. I've done everything. I see everything. I am everything. I'm already in the complete cycle, but humanity isn't. But they are now. And that's how you change things, through the mind system of communication of Adam and Eve. So there you go. Holding central striders and stream heartline magnetic pull engage. Yeah, crazy how I can see more and more. It's beautiful, that connection system. 24 streams of light. Okay, good. Very good, Chris. Wow, we just watched mother and father mate. Yep. So everybody's got the reactor. So there's a new reactor in division now. Okay, male and female aspects of all level connections. This is where you register position locations, all levels of your cosmic universe center, your twin flames, right? So it's amazing how you bring things together through its formation of its infusion. Pretty wild. Seeing us forming all circles of Metatron cube. Excellent. Let's see. Great work. Yeah. How do you guys feel? Yeah. It's incredible what we just finished doing. Yeah. And then you start loving each other more. Now, you guys are in your current line centers, but your opposition locations of high position of 5,000, 3,000 years in the future. But this is more adaptation, cycle, rotation, interference for humanity to get into the position location of a new reactor to a new heart system of Adam and Eve into its 24 clocking system, right? A fifth dimension. The conscious law system of the male and the female aspects is in a new cycle now. You guys did a wonderful job. Congratulations. So questions or comments can be asked afterwards. There won't be a class in the afternoon due because of activation, especially now because there's no more 12 system locations of cycles of yin and yang. We're in a new cycle of yin and yang of 24. All right. So, and we're going up the chain of command, right? There's two ladders. There's the solar dark line interference, the visible location of its avatar, getting to know your cosmic records at 1 to 12. But there's 12,000 line perceptions that you have to release. And then you go into the God codes. That's where my rebellion and the GFL are now in position. It's very powerful when you go to higher levels of its ladder connection. All right. Yeah, you have to remind myself to breathe because I took my breath away. Yeah. All right. So confirmed for all position locations, Amber, for prime sector. Ready to go? Get confirmations on that. Make sure that usually it's 30 minutes after class or right after. So just changing lens. I have 2 glasses, so hypervision on so many tactics of inner vision. Television. So all right. I hope to see you in Princess Sector, of course. Garen and Mike. Okay, I have in mind. Excellent. Good. Excellent. Great. Fantastic job, guys. Adios.